and the fellas are back -1, but we'll talk about that in a little while.
Him.
But yes, we are back. It is the Road to All In, King and Queen of the Ring, Saturday night main event, American Bash.
Evolution.
Goldberg, there's quite a little bit happened. Me and Matt were talking a minute ago, thinking we haven't got a lot to talk about, but we have got a bit to talk about. Yeah. So we will dive into it. But Matthew, how are you diddling?
I'm alright, mate. I'm alright. Obviously, everything's still the same job-wise, so I'm only having 2 shifts a week. But other than that, I'm all good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. I'm all good.
I have a lovely tax rebate coming in today, so happy days. Bit of money I didn't expect.
Is that the TV video getting done?
Yep.
Ooh,
that is what is happening. I'm doing that and doing a payment plan so I can go to Download Festival next year because I've had FOMO this year because the original lot have all gone and I didn't go. And then as soon as they came back yesterday, they all texted. We're in the group chat. They were all like, "Are you coming next year?" And I was like, "I'm coming next year." So I'm doing that and that, and then the rest is all just people.
Festivals are just not my thing.
I won't go to any of. The only other one I'd probably go to would be Glastonbury because it looks sick. But Download.
I always fancied Glastonbury, but
Download's like when you're there, you say you go there with 3 mates, you literally come home with about 50. And you're all in a group chat by the end of the fucking week. It's mental. It's so good. And, for anyone that doesn't know, it's the second safest in the UK. So everyone thinks that metalheads are bastards. They're not. The nicest.
Parklife's got to be helping them numbers because that's got to be the least safest in the UK. The less of that
is the least.
Oh, shocking!
Greenfield's
not a surprise there. Yeah, shock.
Yeah.
But no, I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. Right, let's address the elephant in the room. Where is he?
He has been future endeavoured. I thought it was time that all the stupid remarks about Keith Lee and Bad Bunny that we just say bye to. No, he's taken.
He's on gardening duty.
Yeah, he's Dan Ashworth. No, he's taking some time off. He's recuperating and sorting himself out. He's had a bit of an hard month. So it's the 2-man band back again and holding the fort like we know we can. And arguments start again from here.
But yeah, he's taking a little break. We don't know how long it'll be, but there is no rush for him to come back. He's got to look after himself. So Teddy, we know you're going to watch this because you're going to be noticing what we've had a argument about this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, bud, you take care of yourself. Come back when you're ready. Whatever that is. But as well, if you want to see Ted the Tank 88 over on Twitch, I believe he's put his schedule out. It's going to be Tuesday and Sundays unless he's going somewhere on a Sunday from 6 p.m. Go if you want to see Teddy, head over there and watch him. Also, One Up Matt 89, King JB at 1988. Stream just randomly nights me. Matt's on most days. Get into the chats.
Yeah, I'm on. And the only days I'm not on is when I'm working, which is normally 2 days a week. This week it's Saturday, Sunday, so I'm live Monday to Friday.
I'll be honest. I just go on when I be asked going on. Yeah. I'm chasing the filler, so I've got to be clever at the moment.
Aye.
But no. Right then, matey. Let's do it. Where do you want to start?
Well, obviously the video we recorded 2 weeks ago that came out last week was our moan about WWE. Obviously, you left halfway through, so I don't know if you watched the rest of the video.
I haven't yet.
And Ted obviously had his rant. You had your little rant, then you had to go, and then it was left to me to finish the damage off with a Charizard card. If you know, you know. We literally said it's shit. It's not been great. I know people are saying, "Oh yeah, it's the same as it always has been." It's not. It's been awful. However, the last 2 weeks I've watched Raw and SmackDown and NXT, and do you know what? I've enjoyed all 3 shows. I'm very surprised. Even SmackDown I enjoyed. There's a couple of reasons why, which we'll get into soon. I'm not as mad at one thing that happened on Raw last week as other people are, understandably. There's a reason why, and I will explain it later. And we all know why now. But let's talk about some AE dub. Obviously, All In's coming up. However, one person that's not going to be at All In is Britt Baker. She's been off TV consistently since, was it March? February? It's been for some time.
Last appearance.
Rumours have been swirling, obviously, about being upset with nothing going for her or whatever. However, there has been some news that broke out this morning about one Britt Baker. Let me press the right button. And it is apparently she's very close to leaving AEW for WWE. Now, as always, take what we say with a pinch of salt because it does come from dirt sheets, and half the time they're fucking wrong. However, this is what this one says. Basically, Britt Baker has been a hot topic in recent months, mainly due to backstage issues, while she continues to stay off TV. While there's no indication that she'll return, Jonathan Coachman has now claimed that Baker is getting close to leaving AEW for WWE. Obviously, we know Jonathan Coachman is very against WWE now. He hates WWE. I think he hates all wrestling, to be fair. I don't think he enjoys it. But ever since he got sacked by Vince in 2018 when he came back, he's been very anti-WWE. He doesn't like anything that they do or anything like that. Anyway, he claims he knows someone in AEW that suggested that a top female name is very close to signing with WWE. His co-host on Behind the Turnbuckle took a guess, and he said, alright, this is what Jonathan said. Alright, so I've got this in real time. You guys know, I've just been breaking news left, right, and centre, and that when it's in context. I have yet to be wrong with anything I've said. So I've just found out there's a female name out there that is very close to signing with WWE. Any guesses? One of the co-hosts, Tommy Carlucci, asked if it was Britt Baker, saying the one from AEW, Britt Baker. And Jonathan Coachman then confirmed the guess, saying Britt was basically done with AEW and almost ready to join WWE. And he bragged about his sources, saying, ding, 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 gone from AEW, close, my sources keep coming to your boy. Now, we know not how bad, but we know what women's division is like in AEW. There's literally a couple of people holding it down. Tony Storm being the main one. Obviously, you've had people start to be on TV more. Harley Cameron, Anna Jay, Jamie Hayter. Anna Jay. Did I say Anna Jay? Can't remember. Obviously, there's people missing. Britt Baker, Rio, Shida. Thunder Rosa seems to be stuck on Collision. Don't want to be on Dynamite.
Thunder Rosa is a bit frustrated. So the thing is so there was that backstage stuff. They did a behind the scenes thing. Whether it was dramatized, it was clearly dramatized, but it was very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But Britt Baker didn't come across very well in it.
Okay.
Britt Baker came across as and I love Britt Baker, so don't want to take this the wrong way. Britt Baker came across as a massive bitch in it. When she was with Adam Cole and helping him with his recovery stuff, great, loving, whatever. Backstage, with all the other females, she's a bitch. And one of the women she had an issue was Thunder Rosa. Because Thunder Rosa was injured, but was still doing like podcasts and stuff like that when she was injured. And she had a big problem with it that she wasn't turning up the shows when she was injured and stuff like that. And she seemed like she had all the rest of the girls sort of nodding head because she's like the locker room leader, sorry. And I believe other people have had problem with the backstage, like Ty Mello.
Yeah.
Obviously people like Rio and Shida, there's a visa issue, obviously because of Donny T. Same with Kota Ibushi. That's why they're off TV. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I think going to WWE, she'll be lost in the shuffle. I think she's great in AEW, but I think she'd be mediocre in WWE.
Why is that, though, do you reckon? Is she not that good?
Because I think I think the women talent in WWE is the superior talent over
Okay.
AEW. You've got a small handful that I think can make the flip over there. Not even a small handful. Tony Storm, I reckon he'd be decent up there. I reckon Willow could do all right in WWE. I think Chris Statlander could. Then the rest of them, they're barely getting TV time, so we're not getting to see what they're doing. They have a lot to build on, a lot to build on, and I think Britt Baker is. How to try to put it in a way. She's a big fish in a small pond right now.
Okay.
She goes to WWE, she'll be a
Small fish in a big
small,
pond.
big pond, and I feel like people like if you look past the main roster, you look in NXT. We've got Jordan Grace. We've got
Monroe.
yeah, Blake Monroe, which I've got something about in a second. Remind me of that. You've got all the girls down there doing a good thing. You've got the ones that are coming through now. Your Roxanne's, your Stephanie McCurrs, your Julia. I don't know where they put her. She'd have to go NXT. And I don't like saying that because everybody seems to go to NXT when they come across AEW, but she'd have to.
Yeah, fair dues. Well, I've got the women's roster up here for AEW. So Alex Windsor's just been signed, as we know.
You know that one there, and I'm sorry, Will Ospreay fans, but that is definitely
Yeah. I was
definitely a. Oh, we'll sign your missus. Will make life easier for you. That is 100% because she's barely been wrestling. I know, but I believe she wrestled and took time off and had a son and whatnot and brought him up. He's only like 7 or 8, whatever Will says he is. But then she's only come back to wrestling in the last year or so, and she's been on the independents in the UK. She hasn't really. I don't think she's done any in Japan or anything like that, and got a deal with AEW.
Yeah, I said the same thing when I saw it. I went, "There's only one reason she's been signed."
Shotzi's free.
Yeah, and Cora. So you've got Anna Jay, Athena, whose contract runs up at the end of summer, who is rumored to go to WWE. Billy Starks, Deonna Purrazzo, where the fuck's she? Stuck in the Ring of Honor. Diamante, Emi Sakura, Harley Cameron.
Emmy, I think will be another one that's probably got visa issues.
Okay. Harley Cameron, Shida, Jamie Hayter, Julia, Camille, who obviously we know as you do on the American Gladiators. Kira Hogan, Chris Statlander, Lila Gray, Madison Rain, Marina Shafir. I've took out all announcers and stuff, by the way. Marina Shafir, Megan Bain, Mercedes Moné, Mina Shirakawa, Nyla Rose, Penelope Ford, Queen Amanita, Red Velvet, Rio, Ruby Soho, which we obviously know she has recently had a baby. Serena Deeb, Sky Blue, Tay Mello, Taya Valkyrie, Thelka, Thunder Rosa, Tony Storm, Trisha Adora, and Willow Nightingale, and Yuka Sakazaki. Right at the end there. Like, for big names, and I know there's some big names in there, like, and I'm not saying they are big names, but when you compare the two women's rosters, like, leave Britt Baker out of it, that's why I've not said Britt Baker there. Leave Britt Baker out of it. Like, even with Britt Baker on that roster, it doesn't compare to WWE's by miles. It's already
WWE's women have made themselves household names in the world of wrestling, and like Becky now is going into TV and stuff. I think Becky potentially could be the first one to break the TV one for a female wrestler properly and be the next rising star in there. Cause she's been in Young Rock, she's in a couple of movies and stuff coming up. I don't remember any other one breaking TV. Unless you're breaking.
Tori Wilson. She did something in the 2000s. It was Tori or Stacey, it was one of them. Oh, Stacey did Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, but with Becky, I reckon Becky could actually be a movie star potentially.
Yeah, she could do. Easily.
Potentially, see how things going. You've got your Charlotte Flairs, you've got your Baileys.
Let me get my WWE.
You've got your Asukas, Kairi Sanes. I mean, I just one name. One name is in WWE is the face of female wrestling, and that's Rhea Bloody Ripley, and she's only wrestling. That's all she's doing.
Yeah.
Jade's made a movie.
Jade has become fucking a superstar. She's absolutely. I can't believe how. Like, I mean, her in-ring wrestling is very short. When she has matches, they're very short matches. But like star power wise, it's mental how much she's come on with star power.
I love her. She was very well known because she was a women's basketball player, I believe, was what she did before wrestling.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
So she's well known. So she's got the in everywhere anyway. But if you like, I'll take Rhea as the example because I said it a few weeks ago. Rhea, and I just said it then. Rhea's the face of female wrestling. I don't care who you like. Everybody knows who Rhea Bloody Ripley is right now.
Yeah.
Just like everybody knows who Cody Rhodes and John Cena is right now.
Yeah.
AEW, Tony Storm is probably the only one. I'm Mercedes Moné. It's the only ones that would be like, can you name me a female wrestler over in AEW? You'll probably get Mercedes Moné before Tony Storm. Now, Tony Storm is the total package. Tony Storm is who his female roster should be built around.
Agreed.
But at the same point, I think Tony Storm should drop the title for a while.
Yep.
There's two other women on there, and I think the right female roster should be built around. And that's Willow Nightingale, and Chris Statlander.
I'd add one more to it. Deonna Purrazzo. She's fucking fantastic.
Not seeing much to do right now.
She's so
but we've
good.
got all these like this.
Is it? Was so good.
This is it. Megan Bain that's come through.
Yeah. Falco.
Joey Dillon's missus.
Japan.
Yeah. So there's plenty of people there to do it, but we have the same issues we've had for a long time. Mercedes Moné's got about 50 belts. She's probably going to take Tony Storm's off for it, all in.
Yep.
At what point are you going to make her drop a belt? Does she lose against Tony Storm and then loses her next title defense to go on a bit of a losing streak? Probably not, because it's Mercedes Moné.
Yeah.
But that's holding back the likes of Willow. And I know we've got a potential storyline of Chris Statlander potentially looking like joining the Death Riders. Coming off of this week's. So we could see her and Marina Shafir. But there, Marina Shafir, we're going to take her as a badass. Absolute mean mugging. Beats everybody and the men down. Why is she not crippling Mercedes Moné or Tony Storm for a title?
Yep. Agreed. Well, obviously, we went through AEW's roster. We've named a few. There's other ones that sit in the wing that people forget about. Alba Fire. We know how good Alba Fire is. She's stuck in a fucking tag team. Same with Piper. Alexa is obviously sat there. Asuka returned on last night. Looking like a star again. B-Fab.
I've no doubts it, mate. I think Asuka's winning that women's Queen of the Ring.
I don't. But we'll talk about that soon. Bayley, obviously. Becky, Bianca, Blake Monroe, formerly known as Mariah May. We'll get onto that soon. Candice LeRae, Charlotte Flair, Chelsea Green, Fallon Henley, Julia, Ivy Nile, Io Sky, Izzy Dame. I'm naming some NXT ones as well. JC Jane, who is the current NXT Women's Champ. Jade Cargill, Jada Parker, Jasmine Nix. I'm missing out Evolve. Jordan Grace, Kairi Sane, Carmen Petrovich, Kalani Jordan, Kendall Gray. Kiana James is returning this week or over the next couple of weeks. Remember her? Got drafted in the draft last year and hasn't seen since. She
was like a special card this week on Supercard as well.
She's coming back, yeah. She's back from injury. She's been injured for nearly a year and a half now. Lash Legend, Liv Morgan, Lola Vice, Laura Vicaria, Maxine Dupree, Meechim, Naomi, Natalia, Naya. The Bellas are back on there. Nikki Cross, Nikita Lyons, even though I fucking hate her and I think she's overrated. Piper, Raquel, Rhea, Roxanne, Scarlett, Sol Rucker, Stephanie Vaquet. Like, it goes on. Tatum Paxley, Taya Hale, Tiffany Stratton, Wendy Chu, Ren Sinclair, Zarya, Zelina, Zoe Stark. Like, I do think if Britt comes... I was thinking about this before and how my thoughts on it. And I thought, Raw doesn't need anyone else now. Raw is, especially with Asuka back, Raw's packed. Raw does not need anyone else. Even with Liv getting injured, it does not need anyone else. You've got Stephanie Vickers, who is fucking probably going to win a women's world title very, very soon. Asuka's obviously back. Io's on the ride of her life. Liv, if she wouldn't have got injured, is obviously a top star there. Raquel looks like she might as well just get given a singles push now. Becky and Bayley for the Intercontinental title. Like, it's mental. If anywhere, and they wanted to bring it up to the main roster, I still think there's a space on SmackDown. Because I still think that main title picture is the same people. With Nia, Tiff, Charlotte, and Naomi. Take Naomi away because she got the Money in the Bank. And Bianca. When Bianca comes back from injury.
For me, she'd be the equivalent, and I love this person, as Candice LeRae.
Yeah, I agree. I don't agree with that. I think because she's
I love
got
Candice LeRae.
XAW,
They'll probably package her to the absolute nines.
Yeah, like Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
Because when WWE talent have gone to AEW, there's only two people that you can say, or three if you want to include Saraya. But two people that have absolutely gone to fucking high heavens, and that's Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné.
If we're talking women, yeah.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like the women, like Ruby Soho came in on a bit of a run. Then I think did she get injured? Then she got pregnant. I think she got injured, then got pregnant.
Yeah. So.
Who else? Penelope Ford was in NXT for a couple of weeks. But I can't think of anyone else.
But he's got women over there. He's got women over there that they're not necessarily household names, but if he packages them correctly, they could be. And I'm talking your Anna Jays, your Ty Mellows. Ty Mellows.
Harley Cameron's been great, mate.
Yeah.
He's so good.
But we're stuck in this world. Mercedes Moné beat her, didn't she? So
yeah, soon she'll have the Ring of Honor.
We're stuck in that world. We're stuck in the world of Mercedes Moné having every belt, and that is the issue there with the women's, because unless he's going to drop it, who's he going to drop it to? And then the only person that could come in my head that he's probably going to will and drop it to would be Britt.
Yeah. Oh, do you take a punt and go, do you know what? We'll stick it on, just an example, a Harley Cameron. Or Felka. She's coming. She looks like a right star. Or she could be.
Yeah.
Used properly.
But he's packaging her the way he should do to some of these women.
Agreed.
But I bet it'll die off quick. It will die off very quick because she'll have a match against Mercedes Moné for the title. Mercedes will make a tap and that's it, done. Yeah. She's back in as a shuffle. I absolutely take a punt. I would 100% take a punt on somebody.
Do you know what? I'd give it either Megan Bayne, because Megan Bayne, I've recently been watching her. I think she's really good. Yeah, I would have tried Camille. Well. Instead, they gave her as a security guard for Mercedes Moné.
But this is that'll be a perfect one to come back and take Mercedes Moné title off her.
And then, or someone like you don't expect, like a Harley Cameron, just to see how it goes, because Harley's got the mic skills. We know how good she is on the mat.
Harley steals a win. Harley steals a win.
Yeah. Do you know what, Kit? Athena, you get given the title. Diona, we're gonna give him the title. We're gonna see how you get on with it. See if you can hold this division down. Do you know what I mean?
I got Chris again. I'd think if they want somebody that's over with the fans and the fan loves, Statlander.
Yeah. Oh, Willow.
Statlander's an original. So that's it. But
yeah.
The only one I don't want him to take the title off is Toni Storm, because she's the only thing entertaining in the women's division right now.
I wholeheartedly agree with you, mate. I think she's great. One last thing on AEW that's major. Well, not major, but ayo. They are getting sued. Thanks to John Moxley. During an episode of Dynamite, he pushed an AEW production crew member. And apparently, I've watched it back, and it's a joke. He pushed him, and apparently he's got serious injuries. However, if you watch it back, if that's serious injuries, God help people in car crashes. Or anything like that. Yeah, honest to God, it was a joke. He literally fell over on his back, and then got up.
That's it. Yeah. It's... Look, I think it's a... I think if you go to wrestling shows, do you know if you're on the front row, you're potentially going to get hit with something.
Yeah.
And I feel like that should be the same with the crew. They've got to be able to take a bump. I think the crew training should be got to be able to take a bump here. So you might get pushed. And anyway, it's his fault. He was in the fucking way. It's his own fault. Get out of the fucking way quicker, dickhead.
He really was, though. It was the fall for me, and I thought that's like, what, mate? And
Mate, do you know what that is? Do you know what the equivalent that is now? The woman at WrestleMania with the ATV. With the ATV, with Stone Cold's ATV hit the barrier, and then she stopped and she went, "Shit!" Oh.
Nothing's been said about that unless they're hiding it. But we'll find out. No, she'll find out.
She's gone missing. She's on milk cartons, I've heard.
Yeah. Yeah. Nick Khan's got her hidden somewhere in Stamford, Connecticut. Moving on to WWE. A bit of TNA actually. Steve Macklin's done an interview recently and spoke about the WWE TNA partnership. And when asked if there was anyone from NXT he wanted to face, he skipped NXT and aimed higher. And he said there's a lot of talent there, not so much in NXT. I think that's a bit of a dig, but NXT's got some great talent. But there's a lot of former TNA talent that I'd love to mix it up with that are on Raw and SmackDown. Like a Drew McIntyre and AJ Styles would be somebody I'd love to cross that line and see back in a TNA ring. The person that was interviewing acknowledged that fans instantly began fantasy booking AJ the moment WWE and TNA collaboration was announced. And he said, I think the whole world will love to see that. I think there's a lot of people that want that. The AJ Styles one, that was the one immediately when we heard about this official collaboration. Everyone's like, AJ Styles. Like it was the immediate impulse fantasy booking. It's kind of like Undertaker Sting match. You always wanted that match. It's one of those moments where if you don't get it, you always think, what if? But obviously it is solely in NXT. That's the partnership.
I think that's the crowning moment for that partnership if they let AJ go back.
Yeah, do you know what? After this Intercontinental title feud, I'd let him do it. He's got what? I think he's got 2 years left on his contract. I think he's recently signed an extension. I'd say, do you want to go back down to NXT for a bit, TNA for a bit, and go and have some fun?
Put the TNA title around his belt. If you put that TNA,
do you know what? I've just booked it. Trick's in the ring. Trick's going, I'm the best TNA champion there's ever been, and I'm not even a TNA wrestler. There's one. Everyone's faced him. Matt, Jeff, Moose, Nick Nemeth, Eric Young. All these people have faced him. No one's beat Trick, and then out comes AJ Styles, who takes the title.
I wouldn't even do it out. Mate, lights out. And I know he hates it. I know AJ hates it, but I did lights out, and I would hit the phenomenal to hit the music and then bring him out. I can't fucking remember the words. That's why I did the noise.
The I am.
Yeah.
You are. I am.
Yeah. Hit the music. Lights out. Hit the music. Titantron on, and AJ stood there with his hood over, but drops it, and he's like,
"Yeah,
really?
That's what I mean. No, I mean that's like the trick in the ring doing that, but then all the lights go off, and then the music hits, and it's AJ." Yeah.
Put the belt around AJ. TNA's got an eyes on it at the moment. It is picking up heat and running really well. The program has been really good. That there will smash numbers. AJ takes the title. That will smash numbers. If AJ Styles... And that is, as much as he says SmackDown's the house that AJ Styles built, or Raw's the house of AJ Styles, no, TNA is the house that AJ Styles built.
Yeah.
And it will put asses on seats big time for him.
Yeah.
I tell you, I'd like to see him as well in AAA.
Oh, yeah. Him and Iguana. Give me that match. I need him and Iguana.
Oh, the Iguana.
He's getting signed.
Mate, he's going straight to the main roster.
I know.
Just going straight to the main roster.
Do you know what it is? Listen, do you know what that signing is? Boogeyman. That's Boogeyman.
Yeah. Listen, Ethan Page, we'll put you in NXT. Ricky Starks, NXT. Jordana, NXT. We're still going, man. Main roster.
I only think that is because of how well the audience reacted to him.
It's merch. Yeah. That's a merch. That's a Rey Mysterio mask. That is, like you say, Boogeyman, Pentamat. That is a merch selling because they're going to package and sell their iguanas.
Yeah, no, definitely. Right. Obviously, Dynamite was 4 hours long. There's another 4 hours long. This week.
Again,
I think. How many has they been in a row now?
2.
Right, no, that's the last one. Then I thought last week was the first 4 hour. Yeah.
I'm not taking away. I've enjoyed them. But I've had to watch them in parts.
Yeah, I did the same. I couldn't watch it all in one. And I know I take the piss out of WWE SmackDown for being 3 hours.
I know. So this is something. This is something I want to speak to you about, and I keep forgetting to do it. And I'll put my earbud back in now as well. So
he's locking in now.
Yeah. So AEW doing 4 hour shows. Yes, 4 hours is too much. It is too much.
Yeah,
but they only do a pay-per-view once every 3 months or something like that. But they're getting stuff out there. People are getting seen on TV, and the quality's not been too bad of late. Some great stuff. There's been stuff that's we could live without of, but there's been some brilliant stuff.
Yep.
Now, how do you feel about the 4 hours show? And then a follow-up question to that is, when Raw got cut to 2 hours, you were fuming. So how does that compare then? So AEW's doing a 4 hour show, getting lots of talent on TV, but Raw is 2 hours. So how do you feel about that?
So AEW, I think that's the first 4 hour, or the first one they did was the first 4 hour one they've done. Because you're right, they only have they have a pay per view once every other month, whereas WWE normally have a pay per view twice a month or once, like legit every single month. Plus they have Saturday night's main event. Plus they have NXT. Like it's all stats. We know. Look at All In weekend. I think it helps the talent. You are exactly right. I still to this day think Raw should be 3 hours. I still think Raw should be 3 hours. I think there's so much talent that, and I'll take Carrion, is not getting on TV because it's 2.5 hours. They've got so much to pack in that 2.5 hours, plus sponsors, plus all these promos. You're just not getting enough in. Like, there was no tag titles this week on Raw, and it's like, why? They're the tag team champions.
Promo, didn't they?
Yeah, but like, there was no Creed Brothers versus War Raiders or versus Theory and Waller to see who'd become the new number one contender or anything like that. It's literally they come out for a promo, then they go away. I think Raw, because of how big the roster is for WWE, I think it lacks that last half hour. Dynamite being 4 hours, I thought was rightly done in the first one. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I watched it all the way through. I didn't. At one point, I was not bored, and that's very, very unlike me. For anything, look at I say it about SmackDown all the time. So people going out, he aims at AEW. I say it about SmackDown all the time. It's a hard watch sometimes. I enjoyed Dynamite all the way through. I wasn't bored at any point. The second one, I struggled with. I had to watch it in parts. I wouldn't want WWE to do a 4 hour show. I wouldn't. A pay-per-view, yes. Because it's a pay-per-view. That's what everything builds up to. It's a weekly TV show. Especially SmackDown with the commentator, Joe. I think it'd suffer. I think Raw won't be as bad. Because you've got Michael Cole. Corey Graves was there last night. Because Pat was away. And it was fucking fantastic. And he got given that opportunity because of his AAA performance. And his NXT performance. So, fair play to Corey Graves. I think it all matters on presentation, match card, and your announcers. Your announcers are shit. It's boring. And you're not going to get anything out of it. You're going to be bored halfway through and you're like, what the fuck? CM Punk, I know you hate him. CM Punk's just come out and the commentator's not giving no reaction whatsoever. Whereas Michael Cole shouts it from the hilltops. Or Braun Strowman came out and Pat fucking shouted one big son of a bitch. Whereas on SmackDown, you got Wade with all the enthusiasm, and Joe's fucking so fucking laid back. It's like his life does not depend on anything. So, I think it's a good idea for AEW because they do not have the pay-per-view every month. However, I wouldn't make it a regular thing. I'd keep
Absolutely
it.
not.
When you've got that big space between a pay-per-view like this one, that's fine. But if you've got All Out, then the next month you've got Wrestle Dream, and then you've got Full Gear, because towards the end of the year, you've got a pay-per-view every month. So I wouldn't have one there. But then you go from January when you have, they had Wrestle, what was it? Wrestle Kingdom, was it? Is that the one? AEW's? Wrestle Dynasty. Wrestle Dynasty. They had Wrestle Dynasty in January. Then he didn't have anything till March. So then in February, you could fit one there. That's fine. I just don't think it needs to be a regular occurrence. It's a special. And I'm fine with that. WWE, I think SmackDown over the last few weeks, we'll talk about it now. SmackDown over the last couple of weeks has been great. I've enjoyed it. Especially last week. And it is mainly down, and you ain't going to like this, it's mainly down to John Cena and CM Punk. CM Punk has made me care about John Cena's title reign. I can't believe I'm saying it. CM Punk has made me care. Because Cena and Orton was fine. It is what it was. It was in St. Louis. We knew Orton was getting the title shot. We didn't expect Truth to get involved. Truth, Cena, was it 5 minutes it was? It did what it needed to do at the time. Obviously, we know the repercussions is getting better. But Cena, for me, as a heel, is so dull. And I know he's not supposed to be all high and, you know what I mean, but look at Seth as a heel. Seth's a fucking fantastic heel. And he has tones in his voice. And he uses people around him. Cena, for me, is just so boring as a heel that I'm actually begging him to go back as a babyface, and I thought I'd never say that. And CM Punk coming into it, when Cena was cutting that promo on Raw and Punk's music hit, I actually had goosebumps because I was like, this is going to make me care. I want to care. That's what we'd be asking for in WWE, for us to care. I will get them to Jay and Gunther soon. But that made me care, and I'm like, do you know what? Let's see where this plays out. And the way I'd play it out, and again, you ain't going to like this, John. Punk wins the title at Night of Champions, and Seth cashes in on him. CM Punk has his 2 minutes of fame with the title, holds it up, finally have done it. Seth Rollins' music hits, Bronson Reed comes out with Braun Breaker, they absolutely demolish him, they take out Cena, so Cena can't get involved, and then Rollins comes out, cashes in, and Seth Rollins walks out as the WWE champion.
A slight tweak to it, but it means aligning somebody with Seth and his crew for a short period of time.
No.
You have Drew come out and Claymore him.
Can't, Drew's injured. He's out
That's
till,
what I'm saying.
he's out till November.
Yeah, so that's how I would book it if he wasn't injured. I'd have Drew come out and Claymore him as he wins.
Injured. Yeah.
And Seth then cashes in, because then it's the two men that he screwed over and messed with for the last 2 years.
Totally agree.
It's literally stole his moment of
like he
happiness.
did with Drew at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I totally agree. That'd go down well. I mean, it wouldn't for the fans because they'll all boo, but that's.
I'd love it. I would absolutely.
It'd be great. But
the anti-Punk fans will be all over that.
I like how in the feud, and I don't know. I'm guessing you don't watch SmackDown fully. I like how when they're talking, Punk's obviously saying, "You're me from 2012. You're walking away with the title. That's what I did. So you're becoming me, and I'm becoming you." And Cena looks like he's thinking and going, "Oh, shit, I am." And then you think, is he gonna, you know what I mean, say sorry, or do you know what I mean, or turn again? And then he goes after him with the title, and CM Punk hits him. SmackDown was great because we saw the WWE Champion twice on the show he's supposed to be on, not just at one point in the show. We saw him in the promo right at the beginning when LA Knight, Orton, and Cody came out, which is a great segment between them all. And I'm so glad LA Knight's getting the recognition now. And then later on in the show, he came out because he demanded a match with Truth. Or demanded Truth to come out and talk to him. Oh, sorry, Ron Killings. And then Punk came out and said the truth hurts when he walked away. And Ron Killings came out and attacked Cena. And then we're getting Cena and Ron Killings this week on SmackDown.
I book Ron Killings to beat John Cena. It's the only thing that will make sense now if we're bringing Ron back. I know it's all down to the fan demand, But
I agree and I don't agree. I agree with both sides. I do because it makes sense storyline wise. He's the one that does it. But also, you could do it where he does screw him out of his title without him winning the title. And then
it's an non-title match, isn't it?
yeah. So then at Night of Champions, Ron Killings runs out, attacks Cena while the referee's no doubt gonna get knocked down. Logan Paul's probably gonna come running out to try and help Cena. Possibly, probably not. But the way in my head I've got it coming out. That's when Cody comes out and takes him out. Because I also think Cody's winning King of the Ring. Even though I want it to be Sami Zayn. And then that's when Punk wins the title. However, I do also see Truth winning the title because it'd be a fantastic story and a great redemption for him. And he deserves it.
And
more than Punk
the
deserves
crowd
it.
will go mental.
Yeah, and well, yeah, depending where it is. If it's over in Saudi, no. But if it's in the US, then yeah, the crowd will go absolutely mental. And do you know what? Fair play to the crowds recently. The crowds are actually stepping up with fucking noise. Because SmackDown and Raw over the last few weeks where they've been has been great, and it's been good to see that there's actually fans that are reacting rather than just silence, and it's boring. So obviously Gunther beat Jay for the title. We all guessed why. I'm throwing a question back at you because you threw one at me about AEW and Dynamite. Thoughts? I already know your thoughts, but the viewers, for all the viewers.
I was going to say, how did the voice chat like it crap? Can hate it. Absolutely hate it. It was clearly obvious why it was done for before it was even like released. But what I've read, and obviously I take everything I read online with a pinch of salt, like Matt said with dirt sheets before. What they're planning for Jay next is it's not a move forward; it's a step back.
Yeah.
It's a massive step back. I'm at the point now, is if that's your plan, please give me his future endeavours. Because you're taking him backwards instead of carrying on. Jay's over. Crowd love him. He's in-ring persona's getting better as weeks go on. He put swagger back into that championship. He made it feel like it was worth something massively again. He was making it feel like the Undisputed Championship around John Cena's belt waist does. It felt prestigious again. And for him to lose it, so Gunther and Goldberg had a title stipulation, fucks me off. Big time. And I said it on it, it's Goldberg coming back and killing on another run. Did it with The Fiend, which he should never have done.
Mm-hmm.
He's done it with Jay's. And then, obviously, like if people don't know, the plans is for Jay now is to link back up with Jimmy to be the Usos again.
Going against the Bloodline.
Going against the Bloodline. We don't need it. We don't need it. The only people that's going to benefit, only person that's going to benefit with Jay and Jimmy getting back together is Jimmy.
Yep.
Jacob doesn't need them. If I was if you wanted someone to come out and I'd have to check on the legal stuff of this. But if you wanted somebody to come out and be on Jacob's side, he's called Zilla. You go and get Zilla. That's who you put with Jacob. You go get Zilla, or if you want something for Roman to do, you line Roman and Jacob together. But and maybe mix Jimmy into the mix of that because he's loyal to. But Jay doesn't need to go back to that. And then the Gunther stuff. No one take this in the wrong way. Gunther's great as champion, perfect heel. But him going into Saturday night's main event against Goldberg with a title on the line, it doesn't end well, I don't think.
Nope.
A bald guy with a grey beard and a really bad tribal tattoo is going to stand blown up with a title above his head.
You love that
And
guy
I'm
with a
not.
grey beard and a tattoo on his arm back in the day.
I don't take it. Yeah, I absolutely loved that man back in WCW day. Absolute destroyer. Loved him. I was a kid. Mate, I liked Hulk Hogan as well when I was younger. But
Well,
I
yeah. Well,
don't.
to be fair, I think we all didn't mind Hulk Hogan until what happened.
Yeah, and it's not for me. It's not Goldberg as such. It's the fact that they're booking him against stars or the stars that are suffering, full time stars that are suffering for his turn ups. So Kev Owens suffered because he lost to him as well. The Fiend. Then he came back and had a match with Taker at Saudi, which like no one wants to remember. Like no one wants to remember that match. And
The only two people that beat him for titles are three people. It's Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre, and Roman Reigns.
that's it. It's. I think with
In
Goldberg.
his latest run, should I say, not in 2003.
I think with Goldberg. I think it's bitterness because he killed an absolute amazing character in the Fiend, and I think that's what it is. Because the Fiend could have been this undestructible, unmovable object, like he should have been. But along comes Bill Goldberg. Might as well just have Brock Lesnar do it.
Yeah.
Because that's the same. That's like Brock coming, being allowed to come back now. Walking into the ring. Jay's your champion again. He suplexed Jay for 5 minutes, takes the title, fucks off on TV. It's only going to be a short run if you pick wins it. It's only going to be a short one. Bit part of TV, that's 2 titles, hardly on TV. Again. I know John's on a lot now, but John's going to be taking a bit of a break, I think. Any after Night of Champions.
No, because it's the road to SummerSlam. I'm not happy Goldberg's cut dog. I do not get this any way, shape, or form. I am not a Goldberg fan. To be fair, I wasn't when he came. I thought he was okay when he came in 2003. I enjoyed his feud with The Rock. And then during the Triple H feud, I got a bit bored. And then obviously he left it after WrestleMania 20. However, I'm looking at it a different way, going, right, Gunther's beat Jay. Yeah, I totally agree in some places that you said with Jay. He made me care about his character, because I didn't. If you remember going into WrestleMania, I was like, I could care less if he wins or not. He made me care. I do think he's come on leaps and bounds with his promo work, with the way he held himself. And obviously his merch sales are out the fucking roof. I think the only one over the last few months, the only two that have come close are Truth and LA Knight, from what I've read.
Tyrion at 1.2.
Kieran was after WrestleMania for a couple of weeks before it fizzled out. But yeah, like I would rather. I don't want it to happen, but it's going to. Well, as we saw last night, it's happening. If Goldberg was coming back and win the title, I'd rather it be against Gunther, not Jay, because Gunther can recover. It's Gunther. We know Gunther, on his best day, can out-wrestle 90% of that fucking roster. And he will be given the title again, no doubt, before the year's over. Jay would not recover. And I know the rumours of him going to a tag team, I'll address that in a minute, but if Jay got beat by Goldberg, that is Jay, no matter what happens, is dead in the water. He's done. Because then how are we supposed to believe Goldberg hits 2 spears, or a spear and a jackhammer, and pins him within 7 minutes? Because let's face it, Goldberg can't go longer than 10. Whereas Gunther, if he loses to Gunther, I think Gunther's more of a stronger character to recover from it, take the pin, and still come out looking like a badass. And that is nothing on Jay, because I do, like I said, I think Jay's come on leaps and bounds, and I start to become a big fan of Jay as a single star. I just think Gunther can recover better than Jay. So with Triple H doing what he's doing, I would rather it be against Gunther. Because if there is a small inkling that Jay either does win King of the Ring, well, he can't actually because he didn't win last night. Oh yeah, he did. Jay won last night. He's not beating Cody though.
James Cody next round.
Let's face it, he's not beating Cody. A small inkling of him winning the King of the Ring or even winning the title again, then at least there's that small inkling there. Rather than if he gets lost to Goldberg, look what happened to the Fiend. And the Fiend, for one, should never have had the title. The Fiend should never have got that title. He did not need the title. The Fiend's way of beating you was getting inside your head and beating you that way. As soon as the Fiend got that belt, WWE booked him into a corner, and there was no other way. It could have lost to anyone else, I agree. But either way, the Fiend getting beat.
The Fiend, you could have had the Bray Wyatt persona lose the title.
True, but I just feel like he didn't need a title, the Fiend. He didn't. The Fiend was a badass. And he got inside your head and he beat you by eating away at your thoughts and making you self-doubt. Whereas Bray Wyatt could do the same, but not in a sadistic way as the Fiend could. So if they really wanted to go down the route of giving the Bray Wyatt the title, Bray Wyatt should have won the title. Bray Wyatt should have defended the title. The Fiend should have come out at the end of the match to attack whoever it was, a different persona, and done the whole dark and he puts the mask on, blah blah blah, whatever. I just feel like the Fiend didn't need the title. To be fair, I was a Fiend fan. I was never happy when he won the title. It pissed me off because he didn't need it. But yes, Goldberg coming back, winning the title. There's no need for it. We know why he's doing it. He's going to have his retirement run because he's seen Cena doing his. And it's successful. Well, it is successful for Cena at this point. Goldberg can't go longer than 5 minutes. And Gunther can go on for a good 45 an hour.
He's not Cena, so that's the difference between him and Cena. If you need Cena to do a 45-minute match, Cena can do Super Cena will do a 45-minute match where he can't. So my question is here. Question to ask you then with and this is not just with Goldberg. This is like people return. John Cena could be taken into consideration now. If you're a young up and coming talent, I'll give an example. I'm not going to give you an example because I was going to use Jay, but Jay's been there years. Jay's
Braun Breaker.
You're up and coming. Braun Breaker. Yeah, Bronson Reed. If you're young up and coming talent and I'll go with any company because AEW will do the same too. Any wrestling company, major wrestling company, have you got to be looking out and going, right, I want to be world champion. But is it worth me putting everything into it for a legend returning for me to have to lose my title?
No.
For him.
No. I think, let's face it, Cena's different, and before that Cody had it, and before that Roman had it. So the WWE title is kind of different because we said it we keep saying it. The WWE title is literally your fucking 5-star.
This is for me why John Cena needs to walk out with it and it retires and we start fresh.
So with the WWE title, just see it in the way Cena's done it. No, I don't agree. World title again, I don't agree. How many times are we going to do this? Let's look at some past legends who have just recently retired. Rob Van Dam. I don't think they're going to get Rob Van Dam back to do a title run. I'm trying to think of big stars that have recently retired. Triple H can't do it. Physically, he just can't. Taker won't come back. Kane won't come back. Big Show won't do it if he ever returns to WWE, or even if he went to it, if he did it in AEW. Trying to think off the top of my head. No, I don't agree. I think it's Cena's different, like I said, but Goldberg We all knew this was coming. We knew it for a fucking time. So if I were, and the certain wrestlers see it as, because I've read it, certain wrestlers see it as what's the word? As a respect thing. Goldberg, so we don't agree obviously, but Goldberg paved the way for some people. For Braun Breaker, for example, he didn't obviously from Scott Steiner and whatever, but he probably looked at Goldberg and went, "I want to be a Goldberg," because he was a kid and watched it. Although I'm just remembering he's probably not the same age as us, so probably not. But you get what I mean. He's watched the past and gone. He's paved the way.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Fair dues. But then what I would do is then get reassurance from Trips or whoever the head of creative is. Well, obviously it's Trips, but whoever's underneath him, and go, am I getting that title back? Like within the before the end of the year. And if they say yeah, happy days, and you get it wrote down and you have it all pen and paper. If they say no, then I'd be worried. Like Jay. We know 9 times out of 10, Jay's probably gonna go back with Jimmy and become the Usos again. We don't need it. We don't want it. Like you said, it'll only help Jimmy. But I don't know. If Rob Van Dam came back and did a title run for the Intercontinental title and beat Dom for it, I don't think it'd hurt Dom getting beat by RVD because of his character. It all depends on the wrestler and the character and the way they are. Like Gunther. Gunther's got the title. He's going to lose to Goldberg. We all know Gunther's getting the title back anyway because it's Gunther. It's just a shame that Jay, one, is a member of the Bloodline, so he ain't fucking going anywhere. We know. He's staying. And 2, he's a company yes man.
That's the second time as well for me. I think that's the issue as well, because it feels, obviously the IC one, he dropped it 2 weeks later, and for me it felt like that was dropped so it could be put onto the storyline for War Games. And Roman is the top man there on that team. Mm-hmm. So someone can't go in with a title if Roman's not got his.
I don't agree with that.
That's how it felt. That's how it felt. It came across to me. Jay needed to drop his title to be ushered in. Jay could have went into that with his IC title, but no, we dropped it. So he went in clean on that storyline. And I feel for Jay, because this is twice now Jay's lost the title for another storyline. In my eyes, for another storyline for somebody else.
Yeah, I agree with that. But then you've also got to remember, we're obviously you're sitting there and other people are sitting there going, I feel sorry for Jay. Jay might be all for it. We don't know. Jay might be going, do you know what? Fair play. Okay, I've held the title. I've done what I've wanted to do. Maybe he misses being in a tag team with his brother.
Maybe. We don't know.
He's not travelling with his brother anymore. Because Jimmy's on SmackDown. And you've got the whole of Bloodline on SmackDown. You got Jay on his own there. Maybe he's missing that. We don't know. But, like, I do feel sorry in a way for Jay. But then
he's been
shafted. He's been shafted twice.
Yeah. You think about it, his rise to fame, and this might be a little bit of a rant on WWE's treatment of Jay. It might be. Right? So you look at his rise to fame. He broke away. He was been building for a while, even when he was in the Usos, when Jimmy got injured, and he was doing the whole stuff originally with the Bloodline, with Roman. Right-hand man, he had Hell in a Cell match with Roman. Absolutely one of the best matches in Roman's run.
Yep.
Absolutely fantastic. He did a lot of the stuff with the Bloodline in the Rise. He made Sammy relevant in the Bloodline, because it was him that made Sammy relevant in the Bloodline. Didn't trust Sammy. Then Sammy won him over. Not just him and Jimmy turning took the Bloodline for an extra couple of months as well. So then he's broke away. He's done his stuff with Cody, the Yeet Boys. He made Yeet a household thing again. He's got over, high merch selling. He's won the IC title. Brilliant. He's won his first title. Loved it. 2 weeks, dropped it again. Back into Bloodline story. Done that. He's gone on to win the Royal Rumble then. Absolutely amazing. So he's had a good, I can't take it away, he's had a good 3 years. He's winning the Royal Rumble again, which is the winner of the Royal Rumble, goes to WrestleMania, headlines WrestleMania. People don't forget that. That was the stipulation. It's mentioned multiple times during Royal Rumble. He then gets to Mania. He's not headlining. Gets his world title. Couple of weeks. Defends it, once against Paul?
Yeah, he defended it against Logan, defended it against Seth.
Oh, yes, he did.
And I think he defended it against... He defended it against somebody else, and I can't remember who it was. Someone I'm wrong, obviously.
I forgot about the Seth one. The Seth one was the one after Monday night, wasn't it? After Money in the Bank. Defended and he's dropped it again. He has been. Here's the good stuff, but we're going to shit on you as well at the same time. To a degree. And it's shit, and it just makes me wonder, like, for a young star, you've got to look at Jay and go, right, yeah, they'll give you it, but at a drop of a hat, you're going to be dropped or shat on.
We are forgetting as well, though, that this Goldberg retirement plan was planned in last year. This was supposed to happen last year, so it could have happened on Priest. Would we be sitting here saying it about Priest? I don't think we would.
I would, mate, because
I don't think we would.
I think, like I said before, I think for me, it's the whole Fiend thing again for me. And I think that's how I would feel about him. Gunther and Goldberg could have this match. It doesn't need gold attached to it.
No, I agree. Listen, I'm not sitting there saying I want Goldberg to win anything, because I don't. I don't agree with any of it. However, my whole point was, I'd rather it be against Gunther, if it is.
Yeah, I get it.
Because
I get what you mean.
There's no way Jay recovers from getting beat by Goldberg.
No. Gunther can recover, because Gunther just goes on. They just put Gunther in a position
Gunther's
where he has a long title reign again.
Plus, we don't know, from what we've all been reading, Raw's been decreased since WrestleMania. And that's with Jay holding the title. And I'm not going against Jay, by the way. After what I've been saying, I think he's done a very good job. But if their ratings have been suffering, and he's the main champion, what are you going to do? You're going to change it. And it might not be Jay that's the issue. It may be the fact your tag titles out on. Karrion Kross is being freaking chanted every single week and he's not there. You got Cena on when it could be Finn Balor in a match. That could be it. But then it's always been the way. If you're the main guy and the ratings are shit, the one thing they're going to do is change the champion. Look at Dean Ambrose with the title. SmackDown went downhill when he got the title and they had to give it to AJ.
I think though as well, obviously, I know the champion usually takes the present, but you got to put in obviously the booking and stuff in the writing team.
Oh no, I totally agree. I totally agree.
I mean, we don't need a 30-minute promo with John Cena and Cody Rhodes.
We say it about AEW.
Raw.
We say it about AEW.
Yeah.
People have the championship, and I'm not doing that just because I'm trying to have a dig at AEW. But when we look at the flip side, Adam Page has the title, CM Punk has the title, Samoa Joe has the title, Swerve has the title, MJF has the title. Who always gets the title back?
Mark.
Is main man.
Yeah.
And Gunther is
he's Mr. Reliable.
Consistent.
That's he's Mr. Reliable.
As much as
I
people
get
like
it.
shitting on Gunther, Gunther's consistent in ring work, promo skill, in everything. And Jay's consistent too. I'm not taking away from Jay. I just think if they've probably looked at ratings and gone, which title are we taking off him? Well, we can't take it from Cena because he's doing his fucking run. So we'll use the other title and we'll put it back on Gunther because we can build Gunther back up. Goldberg has it till SummerSlam. And Seth could cash in against Goldberg and we'll be sat watching SummerSlam and you've got a massive smile on your face because Seth Rollins has won the title and beat Goldberg for it. That could be what it's all leading to. But it's coming at expense of Jay. I get what you mean. Listen, I'm not happy about it. I don't want it to happen. I don't like Goldberg. I never have liked Goldberg. I think he's very overrated. I'm on Kurt Angle's length when he said Goldberg's the most overrated wrestler in the world. I think he is. I don't think he brings anything to the table. Even
and this is it.
days.
Like anybody that's not watched Goldberg properly other than the matches in recently, like Matt said, he can't go longer than 5 minutes. He's never wrestled longer than 5.
Look at his
even in his prime. Yeah, even in his prime, he's got no more than 5 minutes. And I know we take the piss out of John Cena, the 5 move of doom. Goldberg's the 2 move of doom.
Let me get up one of his matches from 2003. Why are you talking?
He has a jackknife and he has a spear. That's it. So it's going to be a short match at Saturday Night Main Event.
Saturday Night's Main Event. It's going up against All In.
It's going to be a short match.
Unforgiven. 2003. Oh, let's see how long his match was with Triple H in the main event. 15 minutes. He had 15 minutes Goldberg versus Triple H, and he got injured in that match. So Triple H carried him through it.
Yeah.
So unless he's with someone like that, and then obviously in the SummerSlam he was in the Elimination Chamber, so he had 5 other people to lean on. Bad Blood, he was against Triple H, and no, he weren't. He was against Chris Jericho, 11 minutes with Chris Jericho.
He's got 10. I'd say 10 average then. Give him a 10 average. 10-minute average.
Yeah, he's probably got 10 minutes in him, I'd say. Without anyone helping him through it.
Yeah.
He didn't go to Insurrection because he didn't want to come over to the UK. And he wasn't on that show because that was SmackDown. So yeah, I agree. He hasn't got long in him. He's not great. His character's boring. The crowd gave him a massive pop. This is another issue though. As much as they're over with Jay, Goldberg got a pop on Raw. He got a pop. And it was,
mate. It's anybody it's got iconic status. They're gonna come out.
But that's the issue. That's where your issue comes in though. What you said to me before about the young guys looking over the shoulder. That's their issue. They're always going to have that.
Yeah.
No matter who you're with. The only thing you can guarantee is that if you've got the WWE Championship and you're Cody, Roman, I won't put Seth in there. I won't put Drew in there. Or Cena, you ain't going to drop that title to someone like Goldberg. That's the difference. That's because they're the top guys. So, yeah. Or Orton, to be fair, I don't think Orton would do it. But if we're sitting here 10 years' time, Orton's retired, and Orton comes back for one more run, and he takes over, and I'm just taking him because he's down in NXT now. We'll take Channing Lorenzo. I don't know how old he is. I was going
to say Javon Evans because I know he's like 19.
No, we'll go Wesley because I know Wesley's very early 20s. We'll go Wesley. Yeah. Wesley's just got the world title. It's still in play. Orton comes back, wants that title. Orton's winning that title.
It's the way they'll always book a return icon.
I don't think the younger stars though should be worried because it's unfortunate because that should have happened last year. So if that happened last year, Jay would still be champion. It's because Goldberg got injured and it put everything back.
Yeah. And another thing, if you're a betting man and you can find it somewhere, put money on his son getting in the ring and getting involved.
Yeah. I would. He's training and needs to become a wrestler anyway. Yeah, but I've enjoyed about that. The tag team scene on SmackDown's great. I mean, I enjoyed the Wyatt's tag match against the Profits. I thought it was it Profits? Yeah, Profits. I thought it was great. I'm loving that they're bringing all the tag teams into it. However, there's one tag team missing. Well, 2 actually, because one's in AAA now. Just won the AAA tag titles.
Which will do them a world of good.
I'm so happy for them because everyone slags them off and say, "Oh, they need to be released." Them and Escobar are so good. They are so underrated. It's unreal. And I'm glad
once they fit the next 2 to send down there, Joaquin Phoenix
and Cruz del Toro.
Send them down.
I agree.
Joaquin Phoenix doing that slingshot off the rope down there, mate. It's going to blow their heads off.
Yeah, it'd be mint. Joe Hendry came out as well the other night to a Mexican version of I Believe in Joe Hendry, and they all sang it.
Is it on YouTube that or?
I think so. I've not had a look properly myself. I need to. I was meant to have a look this morning, but I got distracted doing something.
It's just that I've got a train journey to do. I can download it on my premium. I'll watch it. So.
Fairs. Yeah, and then obviously the CM Punk Cena stuff I've loved. Ron Killing's coming out on both shows. I'm loving. He didn't show up this week though.
I can't believe they're giving that upstarter that
I
debut.
know.
Like such
About
a
time,
like.
innit? He's been down in
I
NXT
know
doing fuck all.
he's ain't been on NXT, mate. I don't even think he made it on Evolve or nothing, did he?
Probably he's not even been in LFGA. Ted's not told me about him, so I've not seen him.
No, but yeah, this guy's just come out of nowhere. Ron Killings, tiny peeps. You've heard it here. It's a megastar in the making.
I bet he's only there for a couple of months and he gets released again. Just a hunch. Don't know why.
Could see a world championship reign though.
Hopefully. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. Like, I still get annoyed that they're doing Naffle with Alistair now, even though they brought him back. And Rusev gets put into a fatal 4-way and looks like he's about to win, and then doesn't.
It's look. I'm praying that Triple H is just at the moment he's a bit stuck with these people coming back right now, because it looks like Penta's floundering a little bit in the water as well because the
No.
storylines are all so locked in.
Do you know what I'm loving at the moment is that main event, especially the Fatal 4-Way match. That last Fatal 4-Way match with Jay, Sheamus, Rusev, and Bronson Reed was one of the best Fatal 4-Way matches I've watched, and it's because you had Penta come out and attack Bronson and Braun because of what they did. LA Knight again came out on Raw and attacked Seth Rollins' group. You've got Jay obviously wanting to win the match and taking out Bronson and Braun. Cody came out and helped Jay because Seth then came out to look like he was about to attack Jay, and then obviously Cody came out and made the save. And you had someone else as well. I can't remember who the other person was, but Sammy came out and took out Seth Rollins' group as well. So you've got all these guys now against the top bad guys on Raw. I'm loving it. Especially adding Penta into it and the way he is, Sammy, Jay, and Cody, and LA Knight. I'm so glad LA Knight's getting the push. Keep pushing the hashtag We Want LA Knight. Because it's great and I'm loving it. I think Kieran's just on a main event, mate.
Just let him go. Let him go and rule indies.
I don't think he will. I think he'll sign a new contract. I really do.
I think they know if to let him go. I don't think he will. And it's not. And I don't want him in AEW either. I want him to go and run and rule the indies first.
No, you've said before, but I've just got a weird feeling he's going to get given a promise, and he's going to stick with the promise. I know. It's one of those things, isn't it? Do you believe it or not? And especially if it's Triple H and he's because he's good friends with Triple H. It's whether you believe him or not.
Yeah.
For me,
it just sucks.
Yeah, no, mate. It winds me up the fact he had a match on main event against Cruz del Toro or Joaquin Wilder, whichever one it was. Looked like Scotty 2i in red pants. Oh, Grandmaster Sexy. But like, it winds me up because Carrion's fucking mint, and we sit here every week and say we want Carrion on TV, and we just don't. And he's in some kind of backstage skit with Sammy again. So
yeah, talking about having a match together.
But like, I'm not hating on WWE as much this week over the last couple of weeks. The only thing I can probably hate on is the Jay Gunther Goldberg thing. Everything else I've been fine with, bar the tag titles on Raw because it's still shit. And please break up Waller and Theory and have Theory do something on his own, please. I'm begging him. Theory is wasted. The thing is with Theory is, like, people still shouting him because of the Vince McMahon thing, and rightly so. It was fucking stupid, and the Money in the Bank thing. But it can. Have you seen his TikToks and his motivational speeches on TikTok? They're fucking great. So he's getting people behind him that way.
He's creeped up on mine recently.
And then you can tell he's just got that aura where if you turn him babyface, he can run as a babyface. But if you also want to keep him as a heel, he's perfect as a heel. He's the perfect star to try and do something with. But because the US title's on Jacob and stuck in the bloodline, the Intercontinental Championship's on Dom and stuck with Dom because we don't want Dom to lose that title anytime soon.
He did an interview. I think it might be the Christopher Lee thing with Ray. and he says how he sits and he thinks now how good program would have been if Eddie was still
I saw
around
that.
and
Yeah.
Dom being champion. The stuff
Oh,
that they
mate,
could
it'd
have
be
done with him
so
is,
good, wouldn't it? We sit here now and we think about it, how good that would be.
yeah. It actually played out that Dom was actually Eddie's,
Eddie's son. Yeah, yeah.
and then Eddie's his manager slash tag partner
So,
every now and then.
question. Going back to retired people, and this is obviously theoretically because he's not here with us anymore. If Eddie came back and took the title from Jay, how would you feel about that?
No. If Eddie was still around today, and Eddie was coming back, I wouldn't want him in a title picture.
Okay.
I would want him to work. I would want him to work a storyline um, as like a manager with Dom, like slash tag team partner with Dom when he needs a tag team partner, and that's it. I wouldn't want him in a title picture.
I know, but let's just say he's done a Goldberg and demanded that he gets the title.
I wouldn't be happy.
No, cool. Okay, well,
I wouldn't be happy. That's the same. That's the same if Mick Foley got it fit, mate, and he was able to go again for a run.
That was the run.
I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be happy because, for me, they've had their turn.
Yeah.
It was Jay's turn now. It's Jay's turn. It's Sammy's turn. It's Karen's turn.
Priest,
it's Kev's turn.
Yeah.
Priest. It's their turn. And that's the way I feel about it. But I would love to see. I would love to see.
Scale, you know. If Triple H came back and won the title, I'd be well happy. If Edge came back and won the title, I'd be so happy.
So this is it though. So we'll take Edge as an example because Edge is still very active and still wrestling, and he's wrestling when he comes fit because he is due back soon.
Hopefully
I don't want Edge with the AEW title.
No,
at
so
the cost of.
It's different. Actually, it's really different. I don't know why. I don't want him with the AEW World Title, but if he came back and won the WWE World Heavyweight Title, I'd have it. Just because I don't like the Cope character.
I'm not asking for the Cope or anything like that. I don't. If he was the one to take it from Mox, then I'd probably maybe okay with it. And I have no issue with Mox having it. My issue with it, we're not seeing the title. I'm a bit like you. It's just a great briefcase. I'm a bit like you, a bit of a purist. I like to see my champion with the title around the waist, over the shoulder, even dragging it on the floor behind him. I like to see the title. I didn't like when Orange Cassidy had it in a backpack. For me, it's disrespectful. And then we're walking around with a grey case that got kicked or stamped on the other day in one of the shows, and nothing came out of it. And I was a bit, And then I realised how thin that case is. It's only like this thick.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like,
that title's collected dust on a shelf somewhere.
Yeah, I think the title. So I think there is a reason why the title is off, and it's not been official. That title was actually quite damaged, but you could only see it if you got close to it. The leather behind was all damaged from. It's the same belt.
Spend $800 on their own fucking belt then.
I think it's the same belt from the inaugural when it came in. Just had like the MGF Derby put on the back of it when he did it. They literally just upgraded little bits. I think it needed a revamp, so they've took it away off TV to sort it out. We might get
October was the last time it got shown.
I look back. I all in. Hangers is hanging up above his head.
I hope so. I hope so, and I'm looking forward to
They've got to. They've got to. I hope that Swerve helps him. I hope it will help him because it looks like Swerve's finally realising, hang on a minute, Hangers hasn't been in cahoots with the Young Bucks actually. But yeah, it's heating up. It's looking good. I am really looking forward to Hangers Mox. The only thing that's going to piss me off, I'm going to have to wait 5 hours to watch it. And it's going to go on. It's going to go on. It's going to go on after a Mercedes.
Do you know what's annoying me as well?
Fest.
It's not in the UK, and it's at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I can't be arsed. But I want to watch it, so I'm going to have to watch it. Plus, that weekend, so we'll give you guys a bit of an update. There's still no change on the TV. We're still not doing TV weeklies. Again, no call for it. And the fact that I think I can speak for myself. I feel much better not doing a weekly TV show.
It's tough. So to give people sort of an idea of for me anyway, is I have 3 days a week off. I have a Sunday and a Monday and a Tuesday. Sunday's my rest day for recuperating from my working week. I don't do much on a Sunday. The most I might do is go for some food with the family. Monday then, I am doing everything I have to do shopping, whatever else we need to plan, it's always done on a Monday or it's on first thing on Tuesday. But then if I'm on the live, till 3,
Yeah.
4 o'clock, I'm then getting in bed. I've got to get up to do this with the fellas the next day, and I'm knackered. But by the time of that, I'm back in work. I work 10-hour days. I work till 9 p.m. every night from Wednesday to Saturday, and then I'm done for. And then if we've got a pay-per-view on that week as well, especially an AEW pay-per-view, the AEW pay-per-view's been on Sunday, then it's been my Raw the next Monday. I'm absolutely goosed. I'm absolutely done it, and it is refreshing that we're not doing weekly shows for now.
Yeah.
I've got a lot going on. Matt's got a lot going on. Ted's got a lot going on. It gives us a little bit more freedom. It's not forever. We've said that. It's not forever. It is for now. But if the call for it comes massively and we're doing this for a living, then yes, we understand we'll have to do it. But with when that day comes, we won't be just doing Raw and SmackDown and NXT. We'll be doing AEW in the works. TNA, and that's it. But right now, yeah, no lives on the weekly shows unless something massive is announced.
Yeah, apparently the draft's coming in September, so then we'll probably.
So we might jump in for a draft.
But obviously, pay-per-view wise, Night of Champions is next weekend. I'll be live for 6 o'clock when it goes live, 6 p.m. UK time. Don't know where that is, wherever you are in the world. But come join us for that. John will join us half an hour in because he's working.
I'm going to try to get a shift slide on that one. So I'm going to try to get something done on that one. So I'm a maybe, but I'll hopefully get it. There shouldn't be any issues.
And
for
then
that one.
the next one is July the 12th, which is a busy day. Because the Great American Bash is on before All In. So I'll be watching the Great American Bash. I don't think I'll be doing that live. I probably will. It's great. It's NXT. I like NXT, so I probably will.
So the one that's guaranteed and on that time is we will be live for All In.
Yes,
that's a guarantee.
Definitely be
All In's a guarantee. I would say to the peeps now, if anything changes and we plan to do NXT American Bash, Saturday Night Main Event, Evolutions that weekend, keep an eye on the TikTok page. Rest of the fellas, we'll do a TikTok announcement on what else we're doing that weekend. It will probably be main event, maybe.
Well, main event's on the same time as All In.
Same time, so it probably won't be main event. Well, Evolution's the one we're thinking about. We'll wait to see what the card is, and there's no other disrespect for anybody saying, well, that's women wrestling. You know, it's not. It's AEW's on a Saturday night. It's a marathon. It's a big one, and then it's Sunday, and like I say, it's back into like WrestleMania killed Matt off. WrestleMania killed Matt.
It literally did kill me off.
So yeah, but we'll give updates via TikTok, the Instagram page, shorts, whatever. If you're in the Discord, get in the Discord too. There'll be updates on the plan for that. But All In is the 100% nailed down guaranteed. We'll be live for
that. Like John said, Evolution we're effing and ahhing about, but we'll let you know what's going on there. NXT Heatwave I'll be live for end of July, start of August, and then obviously SummerSlam will be live. It's 2 nights. One night we'll be doing over on here, and we're arranging whether we're going to do one at John's or just do the one here. Obviously depends on Ted as well. If Ted's not left us or he's still on his hiatus, we'll find out. But yeah, that's the update with the lives. Video wise, there's only been one video out a couple of weeks, just because the main event hasn't been doing very well, so we didn't want to try and pack it up and so on and so forth. However, I have edited 2 top 5 videos that we've done. So I will be getting out a top 5 this week. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you what it is. You'd have to go over to the channel when that drops. I think I'm going to get it dropped this weekend. Probably get it out Friday night, so people have got the weekend to watch it. So get your eyes peeled for that one. GM mode will return. The editing just takes so long for it, and I haven't got the brain span at the moment to edit. I need to finish off the one I've done, because it is nearly done. I just needed to record a few new things on it. However, setting it all up and then doing it, recording it, putting it in, It's hard work, the GM mode one. I love doing it, but at the same time, I hate doing it because I've put so much effort into it, and now there's a standard on it, and now I've got to keep that standard. So, but GM mode will return. We have got videos in the bank ready to go out.
The GM, I don't even know where we're at right now. So,
No, I think.
The next recording of that's going to be great.
Oh yeah, because we won't even know what's going on. But yeah, so the GM modes will return. Plus, 2K dies off after the first month. The only thing I'm looking forward to is next Wednesday. Abyss is out with the great Carly and Shaq. Shaq got announced last night. So can't wait to play as Abyss in the whole pack. So yeah, because I don't want to play as that Tyrese.
I can update my pro and have
Abyss's
Black Hole
music.
Slam as my finisher.
Yeah, I hope he's got the music. I really hope he's got the music. Because if they've got Abyss and not the music, what kind of fucking shit is that?
I find it mad with this, and I can get the 2K and stuff, but WWE Supercard's got an Abyss promo thing on at the moment.
Oh really?
And I find it crazy that a man who has not wrestled a single second, not even in development or nothing for a WWE, WWF brand, is getting a character in a game, and it's got a special card in their mobile phone game. I find it crazy. I don't get me wrong, I love Abyss.
Yeah,
Abyss was awesome, and I'm all for him getting the recognition he deserves. But the guy has wrestled 0 minutes for WWE. He was TNA through and through.
Yeah.
He's only with them now because he's there as a writer. Give me Joseph Parker back in a mask.
Have you seen him now?
Yes.
I think I'll be alright if he doesn't, to be quite honest with you.
Oh, mate, I reckon he'd get back in shape. Joseph Parker in a mask.
How old is he now? There you go. He's going to win the title from Jay. What are you doing?
I'll pop. I'm not gonna lie. I'll pop.
I knew I'd get him.
Pop.
I knew I'd get him.
I'd pop. Abyss is. Oh, mate, Abyss would be awesome.
I knew I'd get him.
When they signed him as a writer, mate, I was so hopeful to see Abyss in WWE, in NXT or something, a little small part for a while, like they did with James Storm. All right, because I popped hard for James Storm. I forgot James Storm actually wrestled on NXT until I see the interview from the other day.
He did. Yes, he did. So
that's when I enjoyed NXT.
Goldberg is 58. Abyss. Do you think he's higher or lower?
Lower.
He is lower. He's 51.
Oh, we can get an Abyss run. Get an Abyss run.
Oh, he's young enough, so John likes him. Fair enough. Get him on the
OAP range.
Yeah, oh, we got Forbidden Door in August as well.
Yeah, that's an early one, so that wouldn't be too
I'm fine
bad.
with that one. That's perfect.
It depends what it is, because I will still be employed. A little bit of news that he's not here to do it, so I'll do it for him, and he'll be well happy that it's made it here.
Oh.
So, New Japan has got... I need to pull it up now, because I can keep forgetting what he is. So, this week, New Japan had a show in the Dominion, and we have got a new IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion.
That's a tongue.
So this replaced the North American title that they had, and because it's one of his favourites and he's not here, I will mention it for him so he knows it's been mentioned. But Gabe Kidd is your new Global Heavyweight Champion.
So glad. I really wanted him to have something.
And he will go on to face Tanahashi at New Japan Seoul. If you know New Japan, Tanahashi is the John Cena of New Japan. Yeah, I know that. And he's also the president there. He is now the Triple H over there, running the show, apart from he can wrestle, but Triple H can't. Unfortunately. But yes, so this Ford said to let you know, Gabe Kidd has won a championship, and he actually won the match, mate, by doing Moxie's Death Rider to set up his own drill hole pile driver.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm trying to get my words out. Oh my god. I actually don't mind Gabe Kidd being in Death Riders. I think he suits it.
The only issue I have, and you can do it when put him side by Moxley. it is a Team Moxley.
Oh, 100%. 110% he's a Team Moxley. And we know somebody that's not going to be happy with that one. Sorry, Ted. But he
I'm
is.
literally looking at a picture of it. He literally is. He's got shaved head, big beard, looks miserable.
It's like when you go past
that's
McDonald's as a kid, you go, Mum, I want McDonald's. You go, oh, we got a Rustler's burger in the fridge. Not the same.
Oh, the ice cream man comes around. Oh, Mum, I want an ice cream. Got choc ice.
Yeah, mate. And an 80p choc ice back in the day. Now
oh, Mum, I want John Moxley. We've got Gabe Kidd at home.
We've got Gabe Kidd at home. We're fine. Do you know what I mean?
But yes,
we've got Stone Cold. Oh, I want Goldberg. We got what Stone Cold. We got Goldberg. Don't worry about
it. Yeah, but yes. So that's the latest in the New Japan. So I don't know what else happened this week. I do. I actually do. So if anybody is interested, I know that a Bullet Club OG, Bad Luck Fale, who's now going as the Don Fale, has turned his back on the Bullet Club and joined House of Pain, which is quite a big thing because he was literally the last survivor member of the Bullet Club from like Fergal's, Finn Balor's era. I think Chase Owens has joined them as well, but Chase Owens, he's just been making money off that shirt for a while. But yeah, that's all I know from New Japan.
Fairs.
But yeah, I
and
think
also,
that's
get well soon, Liv Morgan. She got injured last night, which means the tag match with the Bellas are off. And I really didn't want to see the Bellas take the titles from Liv, but it was going to happen.
I'm surprised Bree's coming back.
Why?
With Daniels.
I think she just go where the money is, mate, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, because of his because he's still heavily involved over there. I'm surprised that he's not talked. I'm surprised he's not been able to talk the pair of them into doing a run over there. Also, talking of female tag teams returning, the Iconics are back.
Iconic! I love the Iconics. I think
over in TNA.
I'm
absolutely buzzing for that. Absolutely buzzing to see them back. They're annoyed the shit out of me, WWE, but they're good.
Do you know what? I know we're gone an hour and 34 minutes. I just want to have a little rant about something. And this is inspired by Tomo, and he's not going to watch this, so it's going to annoy me that he's not going to watch it. I don't get people. So we were talking about Money in the Bank and how if you actually think about in the women's Money in the Bank, there's only actually one woman that deserved for putting all the effort in for the past since she turned heel into making it worth a while in Naomi winning the women's Money in the Bank. No, she shouldn't. Who deserves it? Rhea Ripley. I like Rhea Ripley. Don't not get me wrong. Why does Rhea Ripley deserve it? She's the face. So does that not mean she can just win the title whenever she wants? Literally, she can click her fingers, go to Triple H, and he gives it her. And then shot on shitting on someone else. Chelsea Green. She's shit. Excuse me. I can't. I'm doing a Vicky Guerrero. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Chelsea Green. Go and watch her match with Penta. And not even that. Just watch what she's doing on TV.
Chelsea Green should have won last year's Money in the Bank. I stand by it.
Miles. She should have.
Stand by it. Tiffy's done a decent job. I get it. I will give her props, Tiffy. But Chelsea should have been the women's champion.
Do you know what, though?
So much fun.
Props to Tiff.
Props. Yeah. Props. Not taking away from Tiff.
No.
Tiff took the opportunity and love it.
Like, props to Tiff. Tiff's like in a division which could be run by Charlotte Flair and Bianca. She's literally holding it up. Charlotte. I cannot believe they had Charlotte lose the qualifier to Alexa.
Great.
When I watched it the next morning, and I watched the show, and I went, "Oh my god, they pushed Alexa."
I think as well, in a world of mummies, we need a Tiffy.
Yeah, we do. We've
got the Gothic, the Dark Queen of wrestling. We need the Barbie doll. Wednesday, look at Wednesday. There's that.
I cannot wait to Wednesday on a different note.
So, but on Rhea winning, I am the biggest Rhea Ripley fan. Mami on top all the time. Mami doesn't need the briefcase. Mami was only in that match, so there was a star name in that match.
Yeah.
Same with Bliss. As much as I wanted Bliss to win it, Bliss doesn't need it because Bliss can just get a title shot off the back of it. For me, the Money in the Bank belongs to people that need to take that next step. And Naomi's perfect for it.
Yeah.
Naomi is absolutely perfect
that
for it
worked
because
arse off over the past year to actually get somewhere.
Because the way it will plan out is Jade or Bianca will win the title, and that's who she'll cash in on and take cost on their title.
A triple threat at SummerSlam.
Yeah. Or they might play it out to Mania, and you might get the triple threat at Mania.
Think they'll go that long because Jordan Grace will be coming up soon. And
then Chelsea Green, echo what he says. Go watch her take Penta on in Lucha Underground. Go watch her as Von Mess in TNA.
Yeah, she was great in TNA.
Well, I can't remember what her first name was.
It does make it, man. Like, I get there's heels and I get people like who they like and whatever, but like, don't take away from what they actually are. And if you don't know anything bar where they're just currently, so for instance, I'll take it because I do it now. Is that Sabre Jr.? No, because I watched him outside of that. Who do I not like in AEW? Orange Cassidy. I never watched Orange Cassidy other than AEW. And I hate him. But if I probably watched stuff before AEW or his early days, I'd probably think he's alright. I might do. But it's the same thing, like, before you rip into anyone, go and watch. Especially Chelsea. She's been doing it for years.
I think I get it. People can have the favourites and stuff and whatnot, but sometimes you just got to understand your favourite's not always going to be the person.
Yeah, agreed.
Unless your favourite's Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, John Cena,
my tribal chief,
Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair. But no, you can't take it away from any of them. But yeah, each their own. But yes, as Matt said, we've been jammering on for a while, so you know the spiel now. We are Wrestling Fellas. We are Wrestling Fellas everywhere now. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Discord, Twitch. Twitch is a new one. Well, it's not a new one. It's been around for a while, but Twitch. So make sure you go give us a follow and like everywhere. Also over here on YouTube, please like the videos, share them with your friends, leave comments. Like we say, we put a comment in there what you want to see us do next. Appreciate you guys commenting the news with us on there. I really do. But we're more interested.
To a T. It's unreal.
Yeah. You're always going to have words on live.
I didn't even think about mentioning comments on that video. I didn't even mention it.
Yeah. Give us an idea what you want to see next. If you've got anything in particular, we have got videos planned. One of them's going to hopefully come off now. Matt's got his rebate, which I really can't wait for.
Well, we got to get Ted back for that one. I think he will do that one.
Yeah, we'll get him back for that one. That's a fun one.
Yeah.
That's a fun one. But yeah, I would say Ted will be back next time, but we don't know. Ted's on a break till Ted's ready. So, like I said before, if you want to see Ted, but in between now and his return, Ted the Tank 88 over on Twitch, Sunday and Tuesday 6 p.m. So he'll be live tonight. Matthew is One Up Matt 89 over on Twitch. And is that the same for TikTok?
And Twitch and TikTok. And Twitter.
And then King JB 1988 over on Twitch. It's King JB _ 1989 on TikTok, but fuck TikTok at the moment because they're not letting me on. But yeah, go follow us over there if you want to see us. They are our personal gaming channels. We do a bit of, me and Matt do a bit of TCG Live, Pokemon TCG Live. I do a bit of Pokemon. Matt does simulators. If you're interested in that, Ted does Paper Mario's done Elden Ring.
Paper Mario and Elden Ring.
He's doing Zelda tonight as well. Zelda. I think he put on his schedule. Ted's doing his Switch stuff.
Yeah, anything on Switch. So if you like Nintendo, Ted's your boy.
Ted, Ted. And I'd say me and Ted are chasing the affiliate, so help us out. And Matt's chasing his next partnership, is it? So make sure you jump in and help us out.
I need you all. And then
But till the next one, guys, peace out.
Peace.